The Golan Heights, a place often associated with breathtaking landscapes and historical significance. But on this day, it became a scene of unimaginable horror. Children, full of life and laughter, gathered at a local football pitch. The air was filled with the sounds of their joyous shouts and the thud of the ball. Then in a horrifying instant, everything changed. A deafening roar tore through the sky. A rocket, its trajectory aimed at the heart of innocence, slammed into the pitch. The explosion ripped through the air, leaving behind a scene of chaos and carnage. The joyous shouts were replaced by screams of terror and agonizing cries for help. When the dust settled, 12 young lives were extinguished, their futures brutally stolen. The attack sent shockwaves across the region and beyond, a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. The response from Israel was swift and fierce. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his voice heavy with grief and anger, addressed the nation. He vowed that those responsible for this heinous act would pay a heavy price. The Israel Defense Forces were immediately mobilized, launching retaliatory airstrikes against targets in southern Lebanon. Israel pointed the finger directly at Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group, accusing them of orchestrating the attack. They claimed intelligence reports confirmed Hezbollah's involvement, linking them to the type of rocket used, an Iranian Falak 1. The accusations further inflamed tensions, pushing the region closer to the brink of a full-blown war. The nation, still reeling from the horrific loss of innocent lives, demanded justice. The calls for a forceful response echoed across the political spectrum, leaving little room for restraint.
The international community reacted with a mixture of condemnation and apprehension. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, condemned the attack in the strongest possible terms. The State Department issued a statement expressing solidarity with Israel and their right to defend themselves. However, the US also urged restraint, emphasizing the need to avoid further escalation. Iran, a key backer of Hezbollah, vehemently denied any involvement in the attack. They warned Israel against any retaliatory actions in Lebanon, cautioning that such moves could have dire consequences. The United Nations called for calm and urged all parties to exercise maximum restraint. The Security Council held an emergency meeting to address the crisis, but their efforts to issue a joint statement were stymied by deep divisions among member states.
Section 4. On the precipice, the risk of a wider war. As tensions reached fever pitch, the world held its breath, fearing the worst.
The specter of a wider conflict loomed large, threatening to plunge the region into an abyss of violence and instability. Hezbollah, with its vast arsenal of rockets and missiles, possessed a formidable military capability, far surpassing that of Hamas.
A full-blown war between Israel and Hezbollah would have devastating consequences, not just for the two protagonists, but for the entire region. The potential for massive casualties, widespread destruction, and a humanitarian catastrophe was a chilling reality.
The international community, still haunted by the memories of past conflicts in the Middle East, scrambled to find a diplomatic solution. Envoys were dispatched, phone calls were made, and negotiations took place behind closed doors. Adding to the complexity of the situation was the plight of the hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza.
Section 5. A plea for peace, calls for calm amidst the storm. Amidst the escalating tensions and bellicose rhetoric, voices of reason emerged, pleading for calm and restraint.
Religious leaders, humanitarian organizations, and seasoned diplomats all called for a de-escalation of hostilities. They urged both sides to step back from the brink, to choose dialogue over violence, and to seek a peaceful resolution to the crisis.
The international community, recognizing the gravity of the situation, intensified its efforts to mediate a ceasefire. The world watched and waited, hoping against hope that sanity would prevail, that cooler heads would ultimately triumph, and that the guns would fall silent, paving the way for a just and lasting peace.